it's not every day I get to do this, and that's interview an up-and-coming country artist. That's usually Rob's deal or Christy's deal because of the timing. No up-and-coming artist gets excited about coming to the radio station at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. It just doesn't happen. So with Rob and Christy out, that means I get to visit with Ryne Brashear. And Ryne, good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, thanks for making the Fox one of your stops. You're kind of making the rounds, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Came to us from Sir C.
Oh, yeah.
And introduce your associate here.
I got Mr. James Cook here with me.
James, how are you, buddy?
We are I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much.
Well, these guys are living in Nashville. And, Ryne, you said you've been there how long?
8 years.
Wow.
I think.
And before that, Kentucky?
Yes, sir. Upton, Kentucky. Population 720.
There you go. Hey, man, there's some famous people from Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Tyler Childers is not from a town much bigger than that.
No,
is
he's
he?
not. Him and Stapleton both.
I mean, those guys, you know, are those some of your influences or no?
Well, later on, they kind of became, influenced. Stapleton for sure, but I grew up listening to more like Skynyrd, more of the Southern rock. I mean,
okay.
My first, what made me want to pick up a guitar and play was Old Gray Whistle Test. Skynyrd was on there playing Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, boy.
And my dad plays, my mom plays. My dad played in bands up until I was born. I got 2 older sisters. And once I came along, he quit. And I was like, I guess usually how it goes. So, and then my aunts and all them play, and I asked him, I was like, can you teach me how to play that? And he said, no. He said, I don't know how. So I was like, well, I want to start taking guitar lessons. So that's where I got my start, Skynyrd. And I think the second song I ever learned was Whole Lotta Love by Zeppelin. So,
how old were you when that happened, when you got interested, you think?
7th grade. Was that like 10 or 11 years old?
Okay.
11, 12 maybe.
Okay.
I think something like that. Maybe a little older. But, yeah, it was right around 7th grade. My science teacher, he played guitar. And I remember the first performance I ever did in front of anybody was my 8th grade talent show, and it was Freebird.
Wow.
So I had the slide solo.
So now 7th, 8th, that's for fun. So when did you get serious?
Well, when I started college, I knew pretty quick that wasn't a great fit, and I knew I didn't really want to do that, and I was like, I really want to do music. So I did college for about a year and a half. And
where'd you start?
Lisbontown Community Technical College, and I moved to Lexington and started going to Lexington School for Recording Arts, and got a degree in sound engineering, and that was like I had to do that for my mom and dad. That's the backup plan. But then I was like, all right, I'll do that, but let me go play music. So about 21, 22 years old is when I was, probably a little bit before that actually, is when I was really getting, like this is what I want to do for a living, and I'm either brave enough or dumb enough to think I could do it.
Is that when you moved to Nashville?
I moved to Lexington, actually, and I went on the road and played all over the country, everywhere from here all the way out to Vegas, and everywhere in between, every small town in between. And
that's crazy, isn't it?
A lot of fun.
Now, you said, was that your 3-piece deal when you were doing that?
No, that was a 4-piece. With that, I had keyboard, bass, and drums, and me on guitar, and then once I moved back there, that band kind of split, and I was like, I think it's time to go to Nashville.
Yeah.
And
now, when you were doing the 4-piece thing, were you doing a lot of covers mainly, or were you doing stuff you wrote, or a little of both, or what? Mostly
covers. I hadn't really gotten into the writing part of it yet, or at least not confident enough to share that with anybody.
I got you.
So once I moved to Nashville, that was a very humbling experience. And someone was like, you need to start writing, and you need to start writing every day, and you need to start playing every day if you're going to play guitar. So I did, and kind of went to the woodshed and started there's a lot of great players, and I started playing down there, and it would be embarrassing for me to go up and play with some of those guys, but then over the years I was like, I got to get better, because I don't like that feeling of just not feeling good enough. And they would kick my butt every day, every gig, like 5 days a week down there. So I'd go play for 4 hours, 8 hours, and then I'd go home and play for 4 more hours and practice and stuff, and I still have to do that sometimes.
And at some point in there, you were writing too, right?
I was, yeah. I got hooked up with a guy named Don Goodman. He wrote Old Red, and he taught me a lot, and kind of was like a very good mentor early on. And he was just like, he's like, you're not going to have it every day. It's like playing. Like you go in there, and sometimes you have off days. He's like, you're not going to write a hit every day, so just like keep that in mind, but keep writing.
But that advice of write every day, That's not the first time I've heard that. And for a guy that doesn't write, me, that just seems like hard because, I mean, I've got a few stories in my head that I feel like maybe I could write. But to write every day, that's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And then they told me, like, you got to write 100 songs to get one good one. Like, you talk about a kick in the gut, man. I'm like, and it's true. Like, I've written well over 100 by now, and I've recorded 5 that I feel very strongly about. So, and they probably aren't all hits, but they're like, I feel really good. I feel confident to like put them out and share them, and it's, you know, a little piece of me in every song. So it's a grind, but it's you love it.
We're talking to Ryne Brashear. His friend James Cook's with him as well, and talking about songs that you're proud of. Let's play one. Talk about this one we're going to play.
Better with a Buzz?
Yeah.
This was one, I wrote it with a buddy named Tyler King, and it started off with a different title, and I think we ended up looking up that title, and it had already been done like 25 times. I can't remember what it was. Like, what about Better with a Buzz? And, you know, it started to come together, and we had a good time writing. It was like every, like, you know, line, once it came together, I'm like, okay, that's the line. And it was just like, it's just very true, so we'll be happy to.
Well, okay, now, and we were talking about this before we went on the air. Is this the one about kind of the reunion deal?
Yes.
It's got a reunion tie?
Yeah, at the very end, it's, of course, the song is called Better with a Buzz, and family reunion.
Okay, well, I don't want to spoil the song, but I just told Ryne that I'd been at a family reunion this weekend, and he and James started really kind of pinning me down on what kind of family it was. And,
well, we know how ours
would that have been better with a buzz? And I'm like, well, I'm not sure about this. Let's hear the song.
All right.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Tried on 25 dresses that all look the same. Normally I would be going insane, but holding her purse and shopping all day is better with a buzz. A Yeti full of wine or a flask full of whiskey. If I can't have a good time, I bring my good time with me. I hide my can in a styrofoam cup. Some things in life are better with a buzz.
Love it.
Some days it's honeydew this and honeydew that. That honeydew list is sure adding up fast. But raking leaves and cutting grass, you know, that's better with a buzz. A Yeti full of wine or a flask full of whiskey. If I can't have a good time, I bring my good time with me. Hide my can in a styrofoam cup. Some things in life, yeah, they're better with a buzz. Someday they've been saving that date for 6 months now. I heard someone crack a cold one when they started the vows. Guess my cousin's second wedding in my hometown. Yeah, that's better with a buzz. A Yeti full of wine or a flask full of whiskey. If I can't have a good time, I bring my good time with me. Hide my can in a styrofoam cup. Some things in life, yeah, they're better with a buzz. Oh, they're better with a buzz. All those family reunions are better with a buzz. Christmas with the in-laws is better with a buzz.
Yeah.
Doing all that laundry is better with a buzz. Most things are better with a buzz.
sold. You sold me on that one, man. Oh, the family reunion set up with me is what made it. Is that your best one you think you've ever written? You like that one the best?
It's one of the most fun to play live. That's for sure. I love playing it, and we got another new one we wrote called "Maybe It's Time," and it's a little more. It's not as fun, but it's not as funny, but it's they both pretty good message. I'm happy with those. But yeah, that one's. It's good to see people's reaction play live, because when you get to that, especially the Christmas with the in-laws, you see heads turn, like they start.
Well,
pointing.
the second wedding, I think I heard a pop top. Oh, that's great, man. Ryne Brashear is our guest. You need to find him on your Spotify and Apple Music. RYNE, Ryne Brashear, no S. I told him I went to school with some Brashears, but somebody took the S away from Ryne. You mentioned playing live. Where are you playing a lot?
Mm-hmm. We play down in Nashville quite a bit, 4 days a week, and then we also go out on the road and play.
And where in Nashville? Where can we find you a lot?
We're at Whiskey River on usually most every weekend. And then Legends during the week. So either one of those places, we're usually there 2 to 6.
Let me tell you something. This is a hotbed. I mean, the road from Jonesboro, Fox Country to Nashville is hot, man.
Yeah.
People are going. I just every weekend I see posts all over social media. Last weekend, I kept seeing people talk about getting hung up in Ed Sheeran traffic. Apparently he was playing and all that. and then this weekend, the King, George Strait, will be there at. That's this weekend, man. So
I think I'm gonna get an Uber then.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying there'll be a lot of people here. My daughter's going with her husband, and they're headed over to see that show. So I mean,
I think Stapleton's with them too.
I think so.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But it sounds like Whiskey River's a place to be.
Yeah.
I mean, do you play late, early, when?
2 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pre-show.
That's right. I got a 2-year-old, man. I can't do the. I got to take a nap before I stay up that late and play the late nights anymore.
Is that a girl or a boy?
A little boy. Yeah, his name's Brooks.
Are you singing about Brooks in any songs yet?
I've got a couple written. I haven't recorded them yet, but yeah, I got a couple on the way. So.
Wow. Yeah, so there you go. If you headed to Nashville this weekend or any weekend, look and see if Ryne Brashear is showing up at Whiskey River there a lot of times in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It'd be a great chance to see you and hear you and also find you on Spotify.
Yes, sir.
Can you play one more?
Yeah.
This
This is called "Maybe It's Time."
Okay. Is this one recorded too?
It is. Well, it is recorded, and this is will be probably one of the next ones we put out.
Okay.
We got I think 5 to put out this year, and then writing every day. We'll have more after that, but that's what we got planned for so far. Got a grandfather clock that don't tick no more. Time stands still from the ceiling to the floor. Maybe it's time. What's the most precious thing that you have in life? Is it money or fame? A husband or wife? Or maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. If every grain of sand falling through that hourglass is a chance you didn't take now in the past, it can slowly slip away while the world is spinning round. Can't get it back or slow it down. Are you waiting for a sign? Maybe it's time. They say life is like a race, better brace yourself. If you wanna finish first, gotta pace yourself. Maybe it's time. If you hold and protect and your love is true, but you hate someone 'cause they're different than you, maybe it's time. Yeah, maybe it's time. If every grain of sand falling through that hourglass is a chance you didn't take now in the past, it can slowly slip away while the world is spinning round. Can't get it back or slow it down. Are you waiting for a sign?
maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we start treating one another. Maybe it's time like a sister or a brother. Maybe it's time live like there's no tomorrow. Maybe it's time once you're out it can't be borrowed. If every grain of sand falling through that hourglass, it's a chance you didn't take now in the past. It can slowly slip away while the world is spinning around. Can't get it back or slow it down. Are you waiting for a sign? Are you waiting for a sign? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time.
Wow. Great song.
Thank you, thank you.
Ryne Brashear with James Cook teaming up to do that. That song, the message, reminds me of Till You Can't, little Cody
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind having the same success
Exactly.
with that song,
Yeah.
would you, Ryan?
That's right.
But no, that's just a message for our times, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wrote that one kind of at a time when it was, right around 2020, 2021, when it was, you turn on the TV and you see nothing but bad stuff. And it's like, playing music, I don't know, we meet a lot of cool people and a lot of nice people. And I'm like, man, that's not what the world is. Like, we meet a lot of really nice people, and I think we all need to turn off our TVs a little bit more and listen to more music together, because music brings people together no matter what you think, what your views are or anything. And it's just it's a cool thing. So we kind of wrote that one after all that was going on. So needed a positive song.
Well, hey, music brought us together.
That's right.
I wouldn't know Ryan and James if it wasn't for music.
That's
so,
right.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for making the Fox one of your stops. And the Whiskey River, watch for him. He'll be there. If you headed to Nashville, check to see if he's playing. You there this weekend? As far as you know?
29th. Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's your pre-show for the George Strait show if you're going. Ryne Brashear, RYNE. Check him out on Spotify and Apple Music and all that. Great to meet you guys.
Great to meet you, too.
The Jonesboro Radio Group presents This Week in Jonesboro, featuring interviews